Hello, my friend. Welcome to this study. Today we're going to look at one account of the founding of the city of Marseille. We'll look at some maps. We'll read some text by Marcus, Julianus, Justinus, or Justin. Learn a little about this Roman author and possibly pseudo-historian, and do a little bit of Latin translation of a piece of text. We'll look at identifying the inflections and translating the sentences. And we'll have some nice relaxing sounds to go with it. With this anchor atlas, our Rhodia notepad, and of course the pens and pencils from the study. Let's look at Roman Marseille as it was at the time of Justinus. There we are. I think this is the best one we'll get here. This is around the time of the civil wars, 100 years BC, and you can see Rome was just stretching its borders after the Punic Wars. And its expansion at the time of Augustus. I see more expansion into Asia Minor and into Gaul and Hispania. And there we are, probably closer to the time of our text. And you see Marseille there, Massilia. The southern coast of Gaul. The city was already a trading port when Rome took it. Marseille is the capital of the département Bouches-du-Rhône in southern France. It is the administrative and commercial capital of the Provence-Alpes-Côte d'Azur, one of France's fastest growing regions. is situated to the west of the French Riviera and is one of the major ports of the Mediterranean Sea, as it has been for over 2,000 years. Its location on the Mediterranean's Gulf de Lion, where the Rhône meets the sea, puts it within a semicircle of limestone hills. Marseille has a history of vigorous independence from central authority, and even after falling to Julius Caesar's army in the 1st century, it retained its status as a free city. Its beautiful limestone surroundings and buildings expose beautiful colors in different lights and make the sunset of pinks and yellows and oranges more vivid. Its history, from pre-Greek colony through to the French Revolution and modern-day France, has been a romantic setting for many a story, including those of the author Alexandre Dumas. The colony of Massalia was founded around 600 BC by Greek settlers from the Ionian city of Phocéen, hence the modern appellation for its inhabitants, Phocéen. It was also the home port of our explorer Pytheas, whose voyage to the north we looked at here in the study. There are several myths surrounding the foundation of this city. The one we will look at today is that of the Gallo-Roman historian Pompeius Trogus in his Philippic histories. Though these do not survive, they were epitomized by a Roman writer, Justinus. Pompeius Trogus, the Gallo-Roman writer of the Walcontian tribe, recorded the version of the founding of Marseille that had been circulating there around the 1st century BC. Justinus, or Justin, seems to be a mysterious author, and little more is known of him other than his redaction of Trogus' lost work. The only appearance of Justin's name is in the title of his work. By the clues in his style and subject matter, he is believed to have lived in the 3rd or 4th century. Trogus' work, Liber Historiarum Philippicarum, the Philippic Histories, a history of the kings of Macedonia, was compiled in the time of Augustus, and is also known as Historia Philippicae et totis mundi originis et terrae situs, or the Philippic history and origins of the entire world and all of its lands. Justinus epitomized this work, adding a preface that explained how he had collated the most important and interesting passages. According to Justinus' text, the Historiarum Philippicarum in epitomen redacti a Marcus Juniano Justino, Book 53. In the time of King Tarquin, a party of young Phocéen sailing into the distant bays of Gaul, they founded Massilia among the Ligurians and the fierce tribes of the Gauls, and they did mighty deeds, whether in protecting themselves against savagery of the Gauls, or in provoking them to fight, having themselves first been provoked. For the Phocéans were forced by the meanness and poverty of their soil to pay more attention to the sea than to the land. They eked out an existence by fishing, by trading, and largely by piracy, which in those days was reckoned honorable. So they dared to sail to the furthest shore of the ocean, and came to the Gallic Gulf by the mouth of the Rhone. Taken by the pleasantness of the place, they returned home to report what they had seen, and enlisted the support of more people. The commanders of the fleet were Samos and Protus. So they came and sought the friendship of the king of the Segobrigii, by name Nanus, in whose territory they desired to found a city. Let's have a look at the rest of the text to see what happens when Protus and his Greeks come to King Nanus. We'll use our notepad with the waxed cover and smooth paper. We'll use a pen for the Latin and a pencil for the English and any notes. Forte, eo die, rex occupatus, in apparatu, nuptiarum, Giptis, filiae, erat, quam more gentis electo inter epulas genero nuptum tradere illic parabat idaque cum ad nuptias tribus. Ad Graecos conversa aquam proti porigit qui factus ex hospite gener locum condendae urbi a soccero accepit condita igitur massilla est prope ostia rodani amnis in remoto sinu velut in angulo maris. Let's have a look at these sentences. Our first very long sentence, we have nominative rex and occupatus, and our verb there, erat. The king was occupied. Eo die, that day, and that is our ablative of time, within which forte, by chance, that day the king was occupied. What was he occupied or busy with? In apparatu, another ablative within. So, in the preparation and our genitive nuptiarum of a wedding, the king was occupied with the preparations for a wedding. Filiae, Ingepitis filiae, the wedding of his daughter, Giptis. And there's our relative, coam, more gentis. So there is another ablative we've got, and our coam going with the gentis. fashion or ways of this people or nation. Electo inter epulas. Electo, another ablative. We could easily put macron over that. Genero noctum. Tradere illig parabat. There's our other verb, and then we have an infinitive there. He was preparing to give over in marriage to that chosen amongst all of the people. And there is our accusative with inter, among the feast, at the feast. He's going to choose a son-in-law amongst those at the feast, to whom to give his daughter in marriage. Our next sentence, itaque, and then we have a cum clause, and so where do you see our nominative and verbs? We have ad nuptias, that's our accusative. Inuitati omnes proci, there is our nominative, omnes, and essence, a verb there, rogantur. We've got a passive there, etiam Graeci hospites ad convivium. So, because as everyone was invited to the wedding, also, or as well, the Greeks were asked to come or invited to the feast as guests, our hospites, or hospites can mean any number of things, from guest to host to someone you are welcoming from abroad. So here we can say the Greek foreigners. What happens next? We have a very long sentence that we can untangle now. Producta deinde. And there's our connector. Then or next. Producta virgo. So the young lady, the bride, as it were. And we have here our participle, producta, the bride having been produced or shown in, cum, another cum clause, uberator. Having, she was ordered. A patre. What have we got? This is our ablative. Again, by her father. So, with her father, she was ordered, by her father she was ordered, or when by her father, or as by her father, as we want to translate our cum clause. She was ordered by her father. Porregere aquam, there's our infinitive for indirect orders or indirect speech, to deliver or produce water, collect and give water. Ei, to whom? To that man whom she chose. Eligeret, there's a subjunctive going with the cum clause. Her father says, go and give water to that man to whom you want to marry. And tunc omisis omnibus ad Graecos conversa. So we have now another adverbial, tunc omisis omnibus. And here we have omisis omnibus in our ablative, absolute, omitting or forgetting, dismissing all. To the Greeks, ad Graecos in a accusative, conversa aquam, she delivers the water. To proti or protis, porriget. And this one goes with our virgo, conversa. So she picks up the water and then ignores everyone else, turns to the Greeks, delivers the water, porriget, to protis. Protis qui factus ex hospite genes locum condendae urbi a socra ec cepit. So our relative clause, qui factus ex hospite, and that's a sloppily written gener, is made from a guest into gener, part of the family, and factus going with qui locum condendae ac capit, accepted or received, a place. Urbi asocero, our ablative, from his new father-in-law, to build a city. So the king's daughter, Gyptis, gives water to Protis, a Greek guest, thereby choosing him as her new husband. Having thus been chosen, the king gives Protis not only a place in the family Canaan, but some land on which to found a city. Condita igitur, there's a connector. Thus, condita Marsile est prope ostia Rodani, amnis in remoto sinu, velent in angulo maris. And thus, Marsila, our nominative and verb, is. And we've got mouth of a river, and here we have the river Rhône. So, thus, Marseille was built near the mouth of the Rhône River, and amnis in remoto sinu, in a secluded sinu place bay. This is the round horseshoe-shaped bay of Marseille. And Welut, again as if in a corner, maris, our genitive of the sea, and angulo, as if in a corner of the sea. So our moon-shaped bay, a perfect location for the founding by the Greeks of the city of Marseille. You might be able to hear in the background my sleeping dog and his slow breaths as he dreams, which is a very appropriate state for us now that we're relaxed. I hope, my friend, that you are just as relaxed as he is. And now he's dreaming of catching something. I hope you have pleasant dreams. Off in the Mediterranean, founding cities on land donated by kings. Be good to yourself. Be kind to others.